This is the story of the app that changed the way the world takes photos, built a billion-dollar empire in just 18 months, and became one of the most powerful social platforms on Earth. Chapter 1: The app that changed photos forever. Instagram is one of the most influential apps ever created. It changed how people share memories, build personal brands, promote businesses, and even see themselves. But the story of Instagram did not begin with a perfect idea. It began with missed opportunities, a confusing app, and one simple decision that changed everything. The man behind it was Kevin Systrom. Before he created Instagram, Kevin had already come close to joining two of the biggest social media companies in history, but he turned both opportunities down. At the time, it may have looked like failure. In reality, it pushed him toward building something of his own. Chapter 2: Kevin Systrom's Missed Chances. The story of Instagram begins with Mark Zuckerberg. Back when Facebook was still only available on selected college campuses, Zuckerberg offered Kevin Systrom a job. He wanted Kevin to help create a photo sharing feature for Facebook. Kevin was flattered, but he turned the offer down. A mentor had warned him that Facebook might just be a short-term fad. Instead, Kevin went to Italy to study one of his passions, photography. That photography experience would later become one of the most important ingredients in Instagram's success. After returning from Italy, Kevin got an internship at a tech company called Odeo. That company would later become Twitter. During his time there, Kevin became friends with Jack Dorsey. Jack told Kevin that Twitter was going to become huge, but Kevin did not fully see the potential. So once again, he left before the company became massive. Without realizing it, Kevin had missed the chance to be part of both Facebook and Twitter in their earliest days. But instead of giving up, he started learning how to build mobile apps. And soon, he would create the idea that eventually became Instagram. Chapter 3: The Confusing App. Before Instagram. Kevin's first app was called Bourbon. It was named after bourbon whiskey, even though the app had nothing to do with alcohol. Bourbon allowed users to check in at places, post photos, plan where they were going, and collect virtual rewards. The problem was that the app tried to do too many things at once. It had too many features, a messy design, and very little focus. Even though Bourbon was not very popular, Kevin managed to attract investors. At a Silicon Valley party, he convinced one investor to put $50,000 into the idea. Soon after, another investment company joined in. Before long, Kevin's company had raised $500,000. This was Silicon Valley, where investors were willing to gamble on new technology companies. With money now available, Kevin needed a co-founder. He recruited Mike Krieger, one of Bourbon's early users and someone he knew from Stanford. But even with funding and a co-founder, Bourbon still had a serious problem. Almost nobody was using it. The app had only around 100 users and was struggling to grow. So Kevin started speaking to the people who actually used it. He discovered that users did not care much about check-ins or virtual rewards. What they really liked was sharing photos. Kevin asked himself one key question: what problem are we actually solving? He realized there was no simple way for people to post beautiful photos to many friends at once. So Kevin and Mike made a bold decision. They cut away the confusing features and focused on doing one thing extremely well: photos. Chapter 4: The Birth of Instagram. Kevin and Mike rebranded Bourbon into Instagram. The name came from combining the words instant and telegram. After building the first version, Kevin showed the app to his girlfriend, but she said she probably would not use it. Her reason was simple: her photos did not look as good as other people's photos. Kevin explained that many of those photos looked better because people used filters. Then she made a simple suggestion. She told him he should add filters to the app. That one comment became a major part of Instagram's success. Other filter apps already existed, but they only edited photos. They did not have a built-in community, and they did not make it easy to share pictures across other social platforms. Instagram would do both. Kevin used his photography knowledge to create filters that made ordinary photos look more professional. Then Kevin and Mike worked intensely for 8 weeks. On October 6, 2010, Instagram launched to the public. Even in Kevin's wildest dreams, he could not have predicted what happened next. Chapter 5: Explosive Growth. On its first day in the App Store, Instagram gained 25,000 users. Within 1 month, it had more than 1 million users. The app exploded almost instantly. One reason was that Instagram made it easy to share photos on Facebook and Twitter. Every shared photo introduced more people to Instagram. Everyone wanted their pictures to look artistic, and Instagram made that simple. The timing was also perfect. The iPhone 4 had just launched with a better camera. People were using smartphones more than ever. Instagram was built perfectly for that moment. Kevin's decision to focus only on photos gave the app a clear identity. Designers, photographers, and popular online creators joined early. This helped set the artistic tone of the platform. But Instagram's rapid growth also created major problems. The servers kept crashing because too many people were joining at once. Kevin became increasingly overwhelmed as the app repeatedly went down. The problem became even bigger when celebrities started joining. Justin Bieber was one of the early celebrity users. Every time he posted, a new wave of fans joined the platform. At one point, Instagram had 2 million users and only 4 employees. The team also had to deal with moderation, harassment, abuse, and the huge number of photos being uploaded every day. Instagram was becoming a cultural phenomenon. But success would soon bring problems that were much bigger than server crashes. Chapter 6: Fame, Influence, and Money. Instagram was originally created as a space for creativity, photography, and art. But as more celebrities and influencers joined, the platform began to change. Famous people started using Instagram to connect with fans and build their public image. Kevin encouraged celebrities to appear relatable rather than just use the app for marketing. But users quickly realized that attention on Instagram could be turned into money. Brands began paying people to post products. At first, many sponsored posts were not clearly labeled as ads. This meant audiences often thought they were seeing genuine recommendations. Instagram was slowly becoming less like a creative photo gallery and more like a shop window. In the early days, Instagram did not use algorithms to decide what went viral. Instead, the small Instagram team manually chose accounts and posts to promote. This gave the team enormous influence over who became popular. Yet while users and influencers were finding ways to make money, Instagram itself was making no revenue. The company had no advertising system and depended on investor money to keep growing. But soon, that no longer seemed to matter, because major tech companies wanted to buy Instagram. Chapter 7: The Billion-Dollar Deal. Mark Zuckerberg called Kevin and got straight to the point. He wanted to buy Instagram. Facebook offered $1 billion. Zuckerberg told Kevin that Facebook could help Instagram grow faster by giving it access to Facebook's resources. He also promised that Instagram would remain independent. Kevin would still be able to run the company himself. To the shock of many people, Kevin accepted the offer. He knew Facebook could provide better servers, stronger infrastructure, and more experience with moderation. He also understood that if he refused, Facebook might try to compete with and destroy Instagram. The acquisition happened in 2012. At the time, nobody had ever paid $1 billion for a mobile app that was only 18 months old. Instagram also had no business model and was making no money. Many people thought Facebook had made a ridiculous decision. But in hindsight, it was one of the smartest acquisitions in tech history. Years later, Instagram was generating billions of dollars in revenue. Facebook had not only bought a fast-growing app, it had also bought one of its biggest future competitors. But not everyone was happy about the deal. Many users did not trust Facebook with even more personal data. Governments also questioned whether Facebook buying Instagram gave it too much power. Years later, some analysts would call the approval of the deal a major regulatory failure. For Instagram's small team, though, the deal was a moment of celebration. But that celebration did not last long. Chapter 8: The Dark Side of Instagram. After the Facebook deal, Instagram faced growing criticism. A change in its terms of service made users fear that Instagram could sell their photos without payment or permission. The phrase "delete Instagram" started trending. Instagram quickly changed the wording, but much bigger issues were already building. Because Instagram did not require real names, anonymous accounts were easy to create. This made bullying, hateful content, scams, and illegal activity harder to control. In extreme cases, even terrorist groups used the platform to spread and organize content. Reports also began connecting Instagram use with anxiety, depression, and body image issues. In 2021, leaked internal research from Facebook showed that the company knew Instagram could be harmful to some users. The research found that Instagram made body image issues worse for many teenage girls. Some early Instagram employees became uncomfortable with the culture developing on the platform. Users began editing their photos heavily, whitening teeth, changing body shapes, and chasing an impossible image of perfection. Likes, followers, and popularity became a source of pressure. Many people compared their real lives to other people's highlight reels. Instagram was no longer just about sharing moments. It had become a place where people performed a perfect version of their lives. Some stories connected to Instagram's impact became truly heartbreaking. Of course, Instagram is free to use, and people choose who they follow. The company has also introduced features to reduce pressure, such as hiding like counts. But by 2018, one person had become deeply frustrated with what Instagram was becoming. That person was Kevin Systrom himself. Chapter 9: Facebook versus Instagram. At first, Facebook allowed Kevin Systrom to keep running Instagram separately. But over time, Mark Zuckerberg became more involved. Facebook wanted more notifications, more ads, and more integration between the two apps. Kevin worried this would damage Instagram's clean and creative experience. Zuckerberg wanted Instagram to use Facebook's powerful advertising system. Eventually, that ad system was added to Instagram. Kevin still had the CEO title, but he no longer had full control. Tension grew even more when Zuckerberg felt Instagram was becoming too successful. He feared Instagram was taking attention away from Facebook itself. After repeated disagreements, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger left the company in 2018. The creators of Instagram had walked away from the app they built. Chapter 10: Instagram's Legacy. After the founders left, Instagram became more closely connected to Facebook. Ads, recommendations, notifications, and integrations became more common. Despite the criticism, Instagram continued growing into one of the most powerful apps in the world. Its Stories feature helped users post more casually, without the pressure of the perfect main feed. What started as Bourbon became a platform that changed photos, fame, business, and online culture forever. The biggest lesson is simple. Listen to your users. If something is not working, pivot. Do one thing extremely well instead of doing many things badly. And sometimes, the best memories are the ones you live without needing a filter. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.